pressing record, but we're not going to start just yet.
You want me to just constantly give you affirmations? Because I can do that.
We can do that in a bit,
To be
yeah.
fair, someone else being more stressed usually makes me less stressed.
That's true. I'm normally fine. I'm just, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 0 of Definitely Doomed,
Yay.
a Buffy podcast. This is our introduction to the audience of us. Let's go for it. My name is Raf, and with me is my co-host.
I'm Connor. Hi.
There's Connor. This is Raf and Conor, and we're going to be your friends as we traverse the land of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
We are very friendly, yes.
If you've never seen the show before, I think we are good guides.
Yeah, we know what we're talking about.
And if you have seen it before and you want to watch again, then who better to watch it with?
Exactly. We're fun little guys.
Yeah, and we're going to just have a great time rewatching one of the greatest things to have ever graced a TV screen.
Oh, so true. So true.
It's in my top 2.
What's the other one?
It's Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah, fair, yeah.
Maybe one day, definitely Doomed is a Buffy title, but I'm sure we can veer off in any direction.
I feel like
who
it's
knows?
a fun
10 years down the line,
15 years.
15 years down the line, maybe
Yeah.
we do something else. But we're here for the first episode, so I'm very excited. And for a bit of context, we will be watching the first episode of Buffy soon together. So this is us kind of getting what's the word? Toes in the water.
Getting settled.
Getting settled. And we thought we just wanted to chat a little bit to you, the audience, and ask some questions.
Well, you're going to ask, I'm going to answer.
Yeah, I'll ask some questions so that we can all familiarize ourselves with each other and our relationship to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So, Connor, I'm here to say, please let us know, me and the audience, your first Buffy the Vampire Slayer memories.
Okay, so I know the exact episode on the exact day when I watched it.
Okay.
So my sister, bless her, Sian, she loved Buffy so much growing up, so much. And she would always kind of try and get me to watch episodes, but I was a massive scaredy cat.
Yeah.
And so my mum didn't let me watch them, not because she didn't think it was appropriate, but because I would be terrified.
How old were you?
Oh, probably 8.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe even 7. But I was young. And I remember I was at my nan's, we were all at my nan's, and she said to me, Connor, we're going to watch an episode of Goosebumps. Would you like to watch it with us? And I went, oh, okay, yeah, I'm allowed to watch Goosebumps because that doesn't scare me too much, yeah. And then she put on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Wow.
First episode was Go Fish.
Your first ever episode?
My
Okay,
first
this
ever
is
episode
news to me.
was Go
I
Fish.
love Go Fish.
Yeah, I love Go
We'll get to
Fish.
Go Fish. Go Fish,
People hate Go Fish.
Yeah, I think that the placement of it in the series is bad, and we'll get to that nearer the time.
Yeah.
But Go Fish is an incredible episode.
It's freaky, it's fun. It is like a Goosebumps episode.
Yeah, Go Fish is, I'd say, one of the best Monster of the Week
Yeah.
classic episodes.
Yeah.
An episode that wouldn't be made nowadays, I don't think.
Definitely not.
It's partly due to the nature of the story,
Yeah.
but also due to just the nature of TV. I don't think a TV show would veer so off track
No.
to tell a story about some fish and swimming.
Some creepy little fish. What's your first introduction?
Slightly similar, but we were the same kind of age, I
Yeah.
think. So I think I was 8 or 9, but I could be wrong. I was young. I used to sneak. Didn't sleep very well as a child. As many, I'm sure. You're listening at home. You're going relatable. And my dad would watch Buffy. I think it was on BBC Two.
It was on BBC Two.
Downstairs, and I used to sneak because my mum worked evenings.
Yeah.
So my mum wouldn't be in. And so I would kind of meant to have been going to bed.
Yeah.
But then my dad was tired, so I'd go downstairs. My dad would let me watch Buffy with him. That was kind of my vague beginning memory. But then I do remember that my family loved Buffy. It's a Buffy household, but I definitely went full in. I very quickly became very, what's the word? Obsessed.
Yeah.
But I remember on BBC Two, and I remember it when it went to Sky One.
Yeah, I remember that.
So fun
My
facts.
sister was the one who was obsessed. She had all the she didn't. She had all the manuals and posters and stuff like that. She loved Buffy.
And I'm sure
so
at some
much.
point we'll get to that. We can have an episode where we can we want bonus episodes at some point. And I still have a lot of Buffy memorabilia.
Yeah.
A lot of Buffy books. I'd love to talk about some of the Buffy books. And yeah, all of the strange Buffy paraphernalia. That's a good word. Not a word I say often. That I've kind of had my whole life.
Yeah, fair.
I was going to actually wear one of my Sunnydale T-shirts today,
Fine.
but it stunk because it's just been in the wardrobe
Yeah,
for a long time.
I
And
can
also,
understand.
this is an audio medium, so I could have lied.
It would just be for me.
But I think that's good. We both watched the show at the same sort of time.
Yeah.
We were both maybe a little bit too young.
Yeah.
And we were the age where I think it probably, I'm guessing, became part of our personalities as we entered our teenage years.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel. Next up, I feel like the audience are wondering about the format of this podcast.
Yeah.
Because, there's a lot of Buffy podcasts out there.
There are many.
We've done our research.
We did so much research.
Yeah, we've done research. In case you're wondering, we've done research, okay? And there's some great Buffy podcasts.
Raf, did we do research?
We did some.
Okay.
But there's a lot of good Buffy podcasts, and we have respect for many of them.
I listen to one religiously.
Yes.
They are currently on a break, and I am sad every day.
You want to give them a shout out?
Yeah, Prophecy Girls.
Prophecy Girls. Yeah, that's a big one.
Very good. It's my favourite. Cara and Lindsay, I believe the names.
Exactly. And we're not here to gatekeep.
We're not.
There's
Please
other Buffy.
listen to everything because
there's a lot of
always
Buffy
fun
talk,
things.
a lot of Buffy chat. There's a lot of Buffy YouTube channels. There's a lot of
Ali Box.
Ali Box. Shout out to Ali Box.
Yeah.
But we're so one thing we think we're going to do a little bit differently here, which is in terms of the format of this podcast, is this is not a recap kind of watch along show. So I'd say most podcasts where they rewatch a show, it's them explaining the plot of the show and then talking about their favorite things.
Yeah.
Which is a great format.
Beautiful.
And it works great. And, one we might have done, but a lot of people have done it.
Yeah.
So we're trying something different here, which is that we are doing commentary tracks.
Yeah.
Not recaps. So we're actually going to be talking whilst listening to episodes.
Raf, can you imagine if one day we do a commentary track on a commentary track?
Oh, that'd be good. And we could.
We could.
We got the DVDs.
We do have the DVDs. I have the DVDs at home.
Yeah, there's some good commentary tracks, I remember, right?
Yeah.
I used to listen to, especially when I decided I wanted to be like a TV writer when I was a teenager.
I've never listened to a single commentary track in my life.
Have you not? There's some good ones with the writers.
Fun.
Where they talk about, writing the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be a commentary. So that also means if you want, you can watch along with us. That's the fun.
Yeah.
In each episode, not this one, this is episode 0. In each episode, we'll be doing a countdown, a 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1, play. And if you want, you can press play. We'll be watching the show on Disney Plus. We're not sponsored by Disney Plus, but we have the DVD. So
yeah.
But I think we'll be watching it on Disney
We'll
Plus.
stick for Disney Plus for now.
Just because I don't know if there's actually much difference, but just so you know what we're pressing play on, in case you want to be completely with us. We're not skipping through the intros, and we're not skipping through any previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I refuse. It's one of the best parts.
So no skipping is happening on our end. So no skipping for you. And we're going to try our best to be spoiler free.
Ugh.
At least spoiler free adjacent. If there's any big spoilers that I notice whilst we're listening, because we're doing it live,
Yeah.
I will try and cover it up.
Raf, I'm such a spoiler boy.
Yes, this is going to be difficult, and also I think part of the fun of Buffy is also is how it foreshadows certain events.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe we can just kind of I think we'll get smart at it. We can slowly just be like, ooh, and we can still react. I want to,
Yeah.
and also I think it will make our reactions more pure
I agree.
because we're going to be reacting. We're going to be trying our best to just be in the moment.
I'm going to pretend that my friend's here and I'm introducing it to the first time, so I don't spoil anything for them.
Yes, we don't want to
You may hear
spoil
me
anything.
squeal a little bit sometimes.
So if you've never seen the show, you can watch along with us. I think that'd be a great way to experience it.
Yeah.
And we'll just be friends in the background. And as it's a commentary as well, and you're listening to this without the show, which I hope you do as well. If there's any silences, it's just because we're enjoying the show.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll be talking through most of it.
I was going to say.
I can't imagine we're going to be silent through any scene. But there might be the occasional time where you're like, have I paused? And no, we're just engrossed. But that's fun. That means
We're just having a great time.
You're walking around and you're like, good, wow, they must be really liking this. So that's some of the podcast format, which I think makes sense, right? And we're actually, the podcast has already gone longer than I thought. But let's keep going.
How long is it?
We're like 9 minutes.
Fun.
Fine though, right?
You go.
Okay. When should I reveal the theme song? Should I do it now or should I ask you some other questions first?
Whatever you would prefer, Raf.
Okay, why don't I need to get my get it ready because I actually haven't. So why don't I first? Why don't we do it at the end?
Yeah.
We'll reveal the theme song at the end, actually.
Yeah.
Because I think that is fun. I finished the theme song this morning.
Fun.
So I can then have that ready. Okay. Okay, it'll be ready. We've got 10 questions, everyone. Welcome to this round of 10 questions,
Fun.
where we've imagined 10 questions you might have for us as we begin this adventure.
Yes.
Just to kind of get our vibes.
Yeah.
So let's go first. I want to ask you the questions, Connor, and then I guess I'll then answer too.
Yeah, well, I'll ask you. We'll see.
Okay, first question. What's your favourite season?
Season 6. What's your favourite season?
Season 5.
Fun.
What do you think's the best season?
Oh, no, wait. Season 5. Season 5 is my favourite. Season 5.
Okay.
I completely got it wrong.
That's okay. Don't you worry about it.
No, season 5.
Season 5.
Yeah. Okay.
That's fine. And what do you think's the best season, though?
Probably like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I think if someone was going to be like, because like 2 or 3 just has like, it's a complete like bang, 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 bang.
Middle of 2 and all of all of 3 is probably the best run. I think season 3 is probably Buffy at its best.
Yes, I do agree.
But my favorite season 5, as is yours.
Yeah.
That's exciting, and that's good because that gives us, we're not going to be there for a while.
We're not going to be there for ages, so that's basically the reason to do this podcast because I want to get to season 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I want to just keep watching. And when was your last rewatch?
So my last rewatch probably was like a couple months ago, maybe to a year ago. But my partner is at the moment rewatching it, so I'm constantly getting like little bits in the background of Buffy.
Okay.
I tend to rewatch it about once a year or so, just to keep up.
I don't think I've seen it in 6 years.
Raf, what?
Maybe.
Why?
I don't really. I think I watched it. I rewatched it like at university.
Yeah.
And then I've watched a lot of it here and there.
Yeah, you've watched episodes. We watched. Did you watch the Once More Feeling
in the cinema screen?
Yeah. Okay.
We both work at a cinema, by the way. If we reference a cinema screen that we've watched stuff in the cinema screen, we work at a cinema together.
We do, yes.
And we've occasionally watched things on the big screen away from customers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the last genuine, complete rewatch would have been then.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. Which is why I'm excited for this. I've
That's
watched a
actually
lot of single episodes.
Amazing to me because I rewatch TV so much that I can't. Even when I said a couple months, I'm like, that could be a lie. That could have been like 2 months ago. I've watched it.
Yeah. For me, if I'm honest, and this is why this is exciting as well. When I think of me and TV, there's a lot of TV I haven't watched.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm famously haven't seen a lot of big TV shows.
Yeah.
And Buffy was by far my favorite TV show as a kid, a teenager, and then what I'll then always say is that my favorite show in my 20s has been Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
So Twin Peaks I've rewatched a lot in my 20s. That's a lot of things. If I want to rewatch something, it might be that, or I might watch like a comedy or something like this. But Buffy in general, I'm excited to head back to the world of Buffy. But even in this time, as you know, and actually this will be a question later on, but I can answer this now. Which is, have you read the comics? Because I've kept up to, I guess, I read all the comics and then kept up to date with the reboot of the comics and all that stuff. So I always feel like Buffy's been in my life.
You also read all the books and stuff like
that.
All
the books, yeah. So I feel like there's been enough Buffy, even if I haven't watched the kind of the main text.
Whereas I've mostly just stayed with the text and Wikipedia.
Oh, of course.
I understand some of the stuff that happened.
And let me tell you, the comics, we can get to them at some point in the future.
They sound mental.
They are weird.
Yeah.
Next question from the audience here that I've made up is, are we going to watch Angel?
Yeah, of course.
We will be watching Angel. Spoilers, there is a spin-off called Angel. I think that is fine to know. And the plan is we will be watching that. But it will take us time to figure out how. But I imagine we'll be watching it and probably watching it alongside.
I was going to say, we enjoy it enough that I think we'll get there.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever watched it there's that guide online on the best way to watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure, anyone who's seen Buffy, they know about this guide on how to watch, where Kate, so it all links up.
I've also never watched it simultaneously. I've only ever watched it one at a time, so I'm very excited for that.
So weird.
And also, Angel contains 3 of my favorite characters in the world.
3? Which ones? I'm guessing Cordy.
Cordy, yeah.
And then I'm guessing
the
Fred?
third one, Fred, yeah. But the third one is
Lorne.
Dennis the Ghost.
Dennis the Ghost is great.
Dennis the Ghost, I think, actually might be one of my favorite characters ever.
Incredible, and we'll get to all this at some point. But then that's a great one.
Yeah.
Spoilers for Dennis the Ghost. He exists.
He exists, but you don't know why he's there. He's just Dennis the Ghost.
That's not a spoiler.
No.
It's also showing that I don't think I know what a spoiler is. Okay, next question that the audience wants to know. Which episode would you show to a first-time viewer?
I think I was having a big think about this because my first idea was Hush, but it's actually not great for showing off the show
because it's a bit of an outlier.
because it's an outlier
Yep.
and it's different. I think I'd probably go like Passion.
Really good answer. I've shown people Hush, and it goes down well.
Yeah.
But I do think it doesn't. It's so self-contained that you're not
Yeah.
going to then be like, oh, what happens next?
It doesn't really prepare for the quippiness of the show or stuff like that.
No, Hush is great to just kind of. I think Hush is good if you've got like some friends or like people don't understand. They think if you're just trying to show them that the show is like really good.
Yeah.
Like if you just got a feeling, I think lots of Buffy fans have this worry that people look down on them.
Yeah.
Or think that it's a silly show. So I think
Yes.
that's why I think Hush is a good one where you'd be like, no, see, this is really good. And people watch it like, whoa, that's like a movie.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
scary. And you're like, yeah, right.
It's scary.
Um,
Look at the. I'm not going to say their names.
I'm going to go for Tabula Rasa.
You love Tabula
I just love
Rasa.
Tabula Rasa.
Yeah.
And I think that's fun.
It is fun.
I think that's good. Although it has maybe too much story. But that's fun in terms of with the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to go for that. That's my first one. Buffy or Angel, which theme song do you prefer?
Oh, both of them. I can't.
Yeah, they're
I
both
can't.
really good.
I think Buffy is more of like a headbanger, makes me want to jump up and down, whereas Angel's a bit more sultry. It's a bit more like I feel like I'm like swaying as I'm doing it.
We'll find out when we do this, Rog. I think that Angel is. I think it might be a better theme.
I think it's a beautiful theme.
But I think the Buffy is more fun, and they both suit the show.
I agree completely.
And it wouldn't work the other way around.
It wouldn't work the other way around.
No, so
Angel's theme suits Angel.
Yeah.
And I literally think that it's a very beautiful piece of music.
it's great.
Yeah.
And
I think you could put that song somewhere else and it would make sense still.
Fun fact: the band that did that pitched for the Buffy theme.
No, really?
We don't do a fact check on the show, from what I'm aware of. Like some podcasts do, but I don't think I've made that up.
No.
I think that's why they got the Angel theme.
We'll do a Google later.
Second choice. Yeah, maybe. Next question: are we going to have guests on the show?
Yeah, eventually.
I think eventually we'll have guests. Yeah, we need to.
We have a lot of friends who love Buffy.
Yes, some who live more near who could join us in person. There's
Yeah.
people that I think would love to join, but maybe it would be kind of over the internet. So we'd have to see how that would work.
We'd figure it out though.
Or even we could have some guests occasionally just kind of send us little voice notes and stuff. Call in the show. That'd be fun. Next one. How often are we going to be posting?
Every week, I'm assuming.
I think every week. We haven't decided a day yet, but I'm guessing there'll be a time.
Oh,
every
that's
day.
fun.
Ooh, when did Buffy come out?
Did Buffy come out?
We could look up the time. What day did Buffy? I'm guessing it changed.
Well, I was going to say it might
through
have
the
changed because it
seasons.
wasn't a mid-season replacement at first.
Yeah, but we'll look at this later. This is what this
Yeah.
is all about. Maybe it could be the day. It could be the kind of maybe the most classic Buffy. I'm guessing Buffy would have been on like a Thursday night.
Yeah.
I don't know why that kind of goes there. Do we have an Instagram?
Yeah, we do. It's a Definitely Doomed Pod.
Definitely Doomed Pod. Go follow us on Definitely Doomed Pod, where I'm guessing we're going to be posting little fun stories.
Yeah.
And asking for questions.
I'm going to try and make a collage or two.
Collages. We're going to have some fun. Buffy. It'll be nice to have an online space that's just very specific. Just Buffy.
We don't do anything. Just Buffy.
We just talk about Buffy.
Yeah.
And last question: have we got a sponsor? Kind of. We are presented by Magical Majesty, which is a record label and a magazine and a publishing arm of mine.
Woo.
So we are kind of hosted and presented by them, which is me. But I'm excited. For me, this is a big
Well,
deal.
it's because you've done most of the work.
Oh no! But this is fun. This will be technically the first podcast that is produced and distributed by Magical Majesty, which
Yeah.
is very fun. And there'll be more down the line.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited that this is the first one, and which means all that's left to reveal is we're about 19 minutes in, which is good timing. This will be a 20-minute episode.
Beautiful.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Is a theme song? I made a theme song yesterday. However, it was just a cover of the Buffy theme song, and then I got scared about copyright and legality. I'm not sure. And also, I was like, you know what? Doesn't really make sense because it'd be my version of the Buffy theme, and then we'll just be then watching Buffy, and we'll have to just hear the Buffy theme again.
That is true.
You know what I mean? So instead, what I've done is I remade it this morning really quickly. So I'm hoping you like the sound of it. This is a live reaction, which is very exciting on the podcast. A live reaction from Conor who's not heard this. Got it on my phone, and this will be the theme song that plays at the beginning of every episode.
Fun.
Now, maybe one day it'll get updated, like the actual show did.
Hey, we'll see.
But as for now, Connor, I want you to close your eyes and imagine that this is the first thing people are going to hear.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. I forgot to press play. We're going to go again. Sorry, I pressed play, but I was at the end of the song, and that's not how pressing play works. Are you ready?
Yeah.
We're going for it. We're going for it. This is the Definitely Doomed podcast theme by me, solo project.
Magical Majesty presents.
Oh, I love that.
There we go.
I love the little synth waves in there.
Thank you. I added some synth to make it a bit different to the Buffy theme. That is the theme song.
I love it.
I'm glad you liked it. I finished it just before we met. So met today, not for the first time. That would be strange.
3 years ago, what?
I know, right? That is the theme song. That'll be what you're hearing. I was going to say tomorrow. That's not how it works. What you'll be hearing for the episode 1. If you've listened to episode 0, thank you very much, because there was no commentary for this. This is just us kind of chatting.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you wanted to mention in episode 0 for the fans?
IMDb calls Bovril beef tea, which it just doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right at all.
No.
And with that fun fact, I think we can say goodbye and hello at the same time, and say that when you next see us, we will be watching Welcome to the Hellmouth. That's the first episode.
Yeah,
I got it already.
Welcome to the Hellmouth.
We're not going to be doing a Welcome to the Hellmouth Harvest double bill. Some would maybe.
That's how it originally aired on the BBC Two.
It is, but we're going to be splitting it in half. And just so you are aware, for the next episode, there'll always be a little intro, and we'll put the timestamp in the episode description of when we actually start the watch along, so you know when to press play. But we are excited to watch 7 seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, 5 seasons of Angel.
Yeah.
And you know what? If this goes well enough, maybe some auxiliary episodes about Buffy adjacent things.
Yay!
Okay, are we ready to watch the next episode?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Okay, the first episode. This has been Definitely Doomed podcast, episode 1 in the can. I've been your host, Raf.
I've been Connor.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.